Welcome to the Getting Started series of videos for beginning users of the TeamPort platform. In this video, we'll take a look at TeamPort Designer, an application used to build project models. As a reminder, the TeamPort platform is used by multiple teams across an organization for model-based project management. With TeamPort, several applications and analytics engines are connected to enable rapid modeling of dynamic projects and portfolios. Shown here are three of the most commonly used TeamPort applications: Designer, Forecast, and Design Walk. TeamPort Designer is visual modeling software to rapidly capture the essence of strategic projects and their complexity. High-level visualization of dependencies and relationships is an emphasis of TeamPort Designer. Collaboratively across a network, teams visualize the interrelationships among products, tasks, people, and locations. The impact is clarity of scope, roles, and effective utilization of teams and critical resources. Improved communication among teams and better coordinated processes save time, money, and effort. With TeamPort Designer, users build models of their project, stimulated to expose hidden assumptions and to focus on interfaces as they explore multiple views of the project. Designer's user-supportive environment dramatically improves the situational awareness and productivity of project managers and teams. Project models are rapidly created and improved for more accurate plans that are easily maintained. And once a model is built, TeamPort's agentic AI simulators generate full project plans with realistic forecasts of project cost, duration, scope, and coordination. Next, in this video, the basic building blocks of project models and an overview of the various views in Designer will be introduced. In Designer, a project is visually described with a few simple elements. Locations are shown as pins on a map. Products, the project deliverables, and result of completed work, are shown as red squares. Teams, people with abilities to work and coordinate, are shown as yellow circles. Phases are groups of activities shown as light blue pentagons. The last of these basic elements, activities, are shown as dark blue triangles. In TeamPort, the activities are special and a higher-level representation than the tasks typically seen in classic methods. They are the glue of projects, connecting products, teams, and phases. Activities show where work occurs by teams making progress to realize the products. That's it. A simple visual vocabulary to sketch a project. The TeamPort Designer interface is composed of 6 parts. Let's review them briefly. On the top are the menus. For example, File and Edit. The next part, just below the menus, is Navigation, seen as large tabs to select from 5 views. Below Navigation and above the view is a toolbar. In the center are a view of the project and a detail pane, shown side by side. The view in the center is a holistic representation of the project model, while the pane on the right shows details of a selected project element or relationship. On the bottom edge of Designer, we see the System Information bar with 3 sections. On the left are shown messages from the server. The center shows the current project ID and name, and on the right, connection information for the user's session. Next, let's take a closer look at Designer's 5 views. Each view shows the same project model, yet from different perspectives. Some, but not all, aspects of a model can be seen and edited in each view. Starting with the leftmost tab, the Location view shows sites on a global map with teams available to the project. The Architecture view shows the elements of the project, including teams, products, phases, and activities. It also shows how the project elements connect, including breakdown structures, roles, and dependencies. The next tab, the 3-column view, shows 3 breakdown structures. In the 4th tab, The matrix view shows relationships amongst model elements. The rows and column are the elements, and cells displays the relationship for that row and column. Finally, the fifth view of a project, the coordination view, shows the project from the perspective of a team and the demands on that team's attention and abilities. Let's take a moment and look at the second tab, which is the architecture view. Near the top is a toolbar and its buttons. On the left are buttons to zoom, while in the center are buttons to show and hide elements. And on the right, buttons to add new elements, such as products, teams, phases, and activities. The title of each button can be seen in the tooltip when hovering the mouse. The leftmost buttons include Zoom to Fit, useful for zooming out to show a whole project, or zooming in to a few elements and relationships. As we'll discover in creating models of real-world projects, these toolbar buttons to hide and show are very useful, so that teams can pay attention to some parts of the project, then shifting quickly to other aspects smoothly. The project model becomes more useful for teams and their dialogue. Next, let's take a look at building a project model in Designer. Shown here, within the architecture view, is Sketch. We often start project modeling in Sketch with a blank canvas, since this view allows free-form layout of a model. To begin, we add some teams to the project model. Teams are shown as yellow circles. The steps to begin modeling by adding teams include: Number 1. Select the Sketch view. Number 2. Click on the Add Team button. And Number 3. Place the teams on the Sketch canvas. Taking a closer look in the Sketch view, the steps to add project elements are simple and similar. Buttons to add products, phases, or teams are on the right in the toolbar. Look for the green plus on the icons. A team is added by clicking once on the Add Team button, then clicking again on an open area of the sketch to place the team. Since teams require a location, TeamPort will check to see if at least one location has already been added on the Locations view. To add multiple teams quickly, hold down the Shift key while clicking on multiple places on the sketch. Here is a demonstration. In a new project, we add a location by clicking the Add Location button and clicking again on the map. We can come back later to edit the name. Now, on the Sketch view, we click the Add Team button once, click on the sketch canvas to place the team, then repeat the process twice more. Early on, TeamPort creates model elements, such as teams and activities, with reasonable default attributes. For example, teams are created with a default size of 1 person and available schedule of 40 hours a week. Teams also have various abilities, such as work, coordination, and decision-making. These reasonable default values can be easily edited as the project model is refined over time. Products and phases are added the same way, by clicking on the Add button and then clicking again on the sketch area to drop the new product or phase. Activities, called jobs or tasks in classic project management methods, connect products to teams and phases. Since activities are always linked to a product, to add an activity it is necessary to select the product to which it is related. Once a product is selected, the Add Activity button is enabled in the toolbar. Activities can also be added within the product detail pane. Activities are shown connected to their related product by a red dashed line. Here is a simple demonstration of adding an activity in these two ways. First, we select a product so that the Add Activity button is enabled. We then add one or more activities in the same way that we added products and teams. The second way to add activities is within the detail pane of a selected product. Be sure the product is in edit mode by clicking on Edit button in the detail pane, or by double-clicking on the product icon. We can see the small Add Activity button now enabled in the product detail pane. As teams, products, phases, and activities are added, They can be connected in several ways. One way is with breakdown structures, which are hierarchies. In TeamPort Designer, a breakdown structure is created by dragging and dropping a child element onto its parent. In this way, teams become part of an organization breakdown structure, or OBS. The OBS is shown with a solid yellow line and a dot indicating the child team. The products, shown as red squares, can be part of a product breakdown structure, a PBS, shown with red sold lines. The phases are organized in a work breakdown structure, a WBS. The WBS is shown with light blue solid lines. Activities, too, can be part of a phase-based WBS. To connect an activity to the WBS, drag and drop the activity onto a phase. Two other important project relationships are dependencies and contracts. Activities can be dependent on other activities, creating activity schedule order and a demand for coordination. In the designer architecture view, dependencies are shown as a black dashed arrow. The other connection type is a contract, activities tied to teams through allocation of roles. That's it. We build a model by adding teams, products, and activities group in phases. To connect project elements, there are three breakdown structures, PBS, WBS, and OBS, as well as dependencies and contracts. A simple project model is now built and ready to simulate. A reminder, details are accessed in the pane on the right edge of Designer. For example, shown here is the detail pane of an activity. Settings for the activity's work effort, units of progress, complexity, dependencies, contracts, and notes can be viewed and edited. TeamPort Designer has many features for project modeling, and here are two more that are often handy. To delete a part of the project model, select the elements and relationships to be removed and click the Delete key on the keyboard. Another handy feature is Undo, accessed in the Edit menu or with the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Z. Most actions in Designer can be reversed with the Undo command, such as changes in layout and edits to detail project attributes. A warning, though, that while a project model can be reloaded from a previously saved version, the Undo command does not restore deleted objects. To ensure recoverability, we suggest saving often and loading a previous version of the model as needed. Next, let's take a look at three-column view, which is the third tab from the left in TeamPort Designer. The three breakdown structures are shown in columns. Activities are the leaves within the phase-based WBS in the center column. The PBS is on the left and OBS on the right. The list order of the elements and hierarchy can be changed by dragging and dropping within each column. New products, phases, and teams can be added. See buttons with green plus signs in the toolbar. Similar to the other views, a detail pane can be revealed on the right for the selected element. The final part of this overview introduces Matrix View, the fourth tab in Designer. The Matrix View shows a total pattern of relationships among model elements. The row and column headers are project elements, such as teams, products, phases, or activities. The cells at the intersection of a row and column display information about their relationship. There are four types of matrix views. 1. The product by team matrix shows the count of activities assigned to a team as a primary contract within the product. By hovering over each cell, a list of these activities will appear. Number 2. The product by phase matrix shows the distribution of activities by phases across the PBS. Number 3. The phase by team matrix shows the roles of teams, indicated by the letters P, D, Q, and A. What do these role indicators mean? P is for primary, D for decision, Q for quality, and A for assist. Finally, number 4. The phase by phase matrix, also known as a DSM, shows dependencies amongst activities and phases. For all matrix types, Clicking a cell or the header of a row or column will select the element, showing it in the detail pane on the right. Thank you again for spending time to learn about project design. This video introduced some of the features of Designer, an application in the TeamPort platform for building project models. Be sure to look next for an introduction to running agent-based simulations, generation of project plans, and iterative interpretation of forecasts. See you there.